Welcome to Math with Mr. J. In this video, I'm going to be covering the box method of division, and this is a different way of doing long division. The process is going to be very similar to the traditional long division method, but the benefit to the box method is organization. This method can help with staying organized throughout the whole process, and it helps to keep all columns lined up. In this specific video, we're going to be dividing by one-digit divisors. I'm going to do two examples where we have a three-digit number divided by a one-digit number, and then two examples of a four-digit number divided by a one-digit number. So let's start with three-digit numbers divided by one-digit numbers. So let's jump into number one, where we have 426 divided by 3. So 426, this is our dividend. It's the number being divided or split up. And we are dividing by 3, which is our divisor. So we start the box method by drawing out a rectangle here. Now this rectangle is going to be split into 3 sections, okay, for each of the digits for 426. So 3 sections here, and we're going to put a digit in each one of those sections. So the 4, the 2, and the 6. So 426. Now the more you do of these, your spacing will get better. You'll improve with the spacing and how you line things up. So the 3, our divisor, goes on the outside. So now we're set up 426 divided by 3 using the box method. We now go through our steps, which are at the top of your screen. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring up, repeat. So these are almost the same exact steps as traditional long division, except we have bring up instead of bring down. So let's start with divide, and we divide 4 by 3. So this 4 divided by 3. How many whole groups of 3 can we pull out of that 4? Well, 1. Now we multiply. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. Now we bring that 1 up. So we have 12. So we repeat the process now with that 12. So 12 divided by 3. How many whole groups of 3 out of 12? Well, 4. Multiply. 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract. 12 minus 12 is 0. So we bring up our 0. So we have a 6 over there. So 6 divided by 3. How many whole groups of 3 out of 6? Well, 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract, and we get 0. So we do not have a remainder. That worked out perfectly there, and we get 142. Now a common mistake would be thinking this down here is the answer. You always look up top for the answer. So 142. So on to number 2 here, which this one is going to have a remainder. So let's draw our box or rectangle to start off here. And we have 3-digit dividend, so we need 3 sections here. 759, and our divisor of 8. So we're set up and ready to go through the process. So the first step, divide. How many whole groups of 8 can we pull out of 7? Well, we can't do that. So we need a 0 here. 0 times 8 is 0. Subtract 7 minus 0 is 7. Now we bring up that 7, and we have 75. So 75 divided by 8. Well, we can pull 9 whole 8s out of 75. That gets us to 72. So let's put a 9 here. 9 times 8, 72. Subtract. 75 minus 72 is 3. Bring our 3 up here. So we have 39 now. So 39 divided by 8. So how many whole groups of 8 out of 39? Well, 8 times 4 is 32, and we know 8 times 5 is 40. So 5 is a little too many, so it's going to be 4. 4 times 8 is 32. Subtract. 39 minus 32 is 7. So this right here, this 7 is our remainder. So our answer is 94 remainder 7. Next, we're going to move on to 4-digit numbers divided by 1-digit numbers. So let's jump right into number 1 here, where we have 6,815 divided by 5. So 6,815 is our dividend. It's the number that we are splitting up or dividing, and we are dividing by 5. So 5 is our divisor. So the first thing we need to do to set this box method up is draw out a rectangle here, or box. Now, the more you do of these, the better you will get as far as spacing and having enough room for everything. So once we have that rectangular box, we need to split it into 4 sections because 6,815 has 4 digits. So 4 sections here, and we need a digit in each one of those sections. So we'll start with the 6, then the 8, then the 1, and then the 5. So once we have that set up, we can put our 5, our divisor, on the outside. And our problem is set up and ready to be solved. So we can go through the steps at the top of your screen. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring up, and repeat. So those are basically the same exact steps that you use for the traditional long division method, except we are going to bring up with the box method instead of bring down, which you do with the traditional method. So we'll start with divide, and we start with this 6 here, and we are going to do 6 divided by 5. So how many whole groups of 5 out of 6? 1. Then we multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, we get 1. 6 minus 5 is 1. Now we bring that 1 up to the next section or column. So we have 18 now, and we need to do 18 divided by 5. So how many 5s out of 18? 3. That gets us to 15. Now multiply. 3 times 5, 15. Subtract. 18 minus 15 is 3. So we bring that 3 up, and we have 31 now. So we need to do 31 divided by 5, which is 6. That gets us to 30. 6 times 5 is 30. Subtract. 31 minus 30 is 1. Bring our 1 up to the next section, and we end with 15 divided by 5. So how many whole groups of 5 out of 15? 3. 3 times 5 is 15, and then 15 minus 15 is 0. So that 0 there at the end tells us that we do not have a remainder, and this worked out to be a whole number. So we have an answer of 1,363. So this top number here is our answer. It's common for people to think that this number down here is the answer, but in reality, it is the top number. So always look at the top number for your final answer. On to number 2, where we have 1,927 divided by 6. So let's set up our rectangle or box here. And we need 4 sections again because we have a 4-digit dividend. So 1,927, and 6 is our divisor. So let's start with our steps. Divide. So we need to do 1 divided by 6. How many whole groups of 6 can we pull out of 1? Well, we can't do that, so we need a 0 here. 0 times 6 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. Now we bring that 1 up. So we have 19 divided by 6. Well, we can pull 3 groups of 6 out of 19. That gets us to 18. So let's put our 3 here. 3 times 6 is 18. Subtract, we get 1. Bring that 1 up, and we have 12. So 12 divided by 6. How many whole groups of 12? Or, I'm sorry, how many whole groups of 6 out of 12? Well, 2. Multiply. 2 times 6 is 12. Subtract. 12 minus 12 is 0. So we can bring that 0 up, and we have 7. So we're going to end with 7 divided by 6. How many whole groups of 6 out of 7? 1. 1 times 6 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1 here. So that 1 is going to be our remainder. So we get 321 remainder 1. I'm going to rewrite our answer here. 321 remainder 1. So there you have it. There's how you use the box method in order to solve a division problem. I hope that helped. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, peace.